In this video, we're going to learn how to make a basic homemade sausages. There are many recipes out there, but this is simplified for all of you beginners so that you too can make your own homemade sausages. We'll prepare the mixture with 2 tablespoons of salt and 2 tablespoons of paprika. In this particular recipe, paprika is the key ingredient. So I will try to use the best quality paprika you can find on the market. I am also adding 1 tablespoon of palm sugar, and then we're going to add some garlic. Let's mix these spices, and then we're going to add the black pepper per taste. Normally sausages call for a little extra black pepper, so consider adding more than you normally would.
Of cured and salted pork belly.
When making sausages, it's very important to incorporate good fat in your recipe, and that's why we're going with a cured pork belly. I'm going to grind my own, and for all of you who have capability of grinding your own meat, that's always the best way to go. This will help you control the freshness and the quality of a ground meat. What we are making today is a small batch. So you heard me saying it's a 24 ounce of a pork belly, and I'm gonna add some garlic, and this is a garlic that has grown in our garden. It's very small and very potent. So I'm gonna just add these cloves of garlic and grind them together with the pork belly. Reason why I decided to make sausages is because I found this incredible sale on 100% grass-fed organic beef. So it's almost half a price than what normally would be. So I decided to buy a bunch, and that's why I started making these sausages, because you can rarely find this kind of beef on sale. Okay, as you can see, I'm now blending the spices together with the beef and with pork belly. We have 6 pounds of ground beef and 24 ounces of pork belly with some garlic and some of those spices. Now you add spices little by little until you reach the flavors that you like. I'm actually adding it all because salt not only adds the flavor, but it also does plays an important part in preserving the meat. When you think you have your spices right, put a small piece on a frying pan just to try it and make sure it's good. And if it is, then you're just ready to fill your sausages. Using natural casing is always the best. And once you have them all filled, you're gonna decide on the size of your sausage, and then we're gonna figure out the way to dry them. Back home in Serbia, when my family did this, the sausages would go to a smokehouse, and usually this was done during a cold season. So you had a cold winds, and then you would have a smoke, which will both work on curing the meat and preserving the meat inside the casing. Making sausages in California, especially in a month of August, it's almost crazy. But I'm hoping that my fridge will be able to mimic the same environment as we would have during the fall and winter, and hopefully we can get these sausages dry enough so they can last. I again want to make a clear point that this is just one way of making sausages. There are many different recipes out there and many different versions, but important thing is to experiment and start just so you can gain some confidence, and as you make one batch good, you will have a good foundation to explore another recipes and to keep adding on. And since I don't have a smokehouse, I'm going to use a spare fridge in a garage, and I'm just going to hang these sausages like this. I'm making sure there is enough space in between them so the air can flow. And this is a product about 8 or 9 days after we have hung them up. We're going to go and try one and see how they look inside and how they taste. The flavor is all there, but sausages are not quite ready to be eaten uncooked. So we're going to continue to dry them until they reach a point where they basically become stiff like this. You see, I'm holding the sausage and it's not bending. So that basically means that it's pretty dry inside. Sausages like these are generally not meant to be cooked. They are served as an antipasto. So meaning they're good served for appetizers or snacks. They're just eaten like this. You slice them very thin, and they are served with the fresh bread, cheeses, olives, and little finger foods like that. Keep in mind, this is still raw meat, meaning that the only thing that cured it is salt, a little bit of sugar, and the temperature or the dryness. So this is what's keeping the sausages from spoiling. You have to be a judge if you want to eat your sausages uncooked or if you like to use them in a cooking. Either way, the decision is on you. As I said, generally these sausages are eaten just the way they are. But I do want to point out that you have to be careful because sometimes the meats that we purchase are not always clean and bacteria free. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. And if you like content like this, please consider subscribing.